It is another hard-hitting episode of Trust Tuesdays from the Oklahoman's video studio. I'm Dave Morris on Thanksgiving week and looking ahead at the schedule. Thanksgiving falling on Thursday, Black Friday on Friday, Cyber Monday the next Monday, and Small Business Saturday, which is what this lady is here to talk about. Kitt Letcher from the Better Business Bureau of Greater Oklahoma City? Greater Oklahoma City?
Central Oklahoma.
Central Oklahoma. It was one of those. We have Paige Dillard producing. We have Sean Rose sitting right there watching us. Kitt, how are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Well, thanks so much for stopping in.
Yeah.
How are things at the Better Business Bureau?
They're doing great. We're getting ready for Thanksgiving. Enjoy a little bit of vacation, and then looking towards Christmas.
Yeah, we were just riffing about our recent Mexico trips. But we're going to segue straight into Small Business Saturday. And what is that?
We'll do some real business.
Yeah, some real business.
Small Business Saturday was launched by American Express in 2010, and it's really a way to lift up our small businesses in our community and help promote shopping local. We have some really great establishments here in Oklahoma City and our surrounding areas that support our communities, and so it's focusing on them for one day instead of really focusing on our big box retailers, which obviously do a great job. They offer really good discounts, but what's neat about our local stores is they offer unique gifts and just things that really help our economy and our community here in Oklahoma.
I have a lot of friends who travel into Oklahoma City from various cities, and they are amazed with the branding that we have with the local swag you can get. A lot of the small businesses take a lot of pride in slapping an OKC or a Thunder or something that other cities don't really dive into for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I think that makes it really fun, especially if you have family that lives outside of Oklahoma. Right. It makes really great gifts that they can then show their support for Oklahoma City or Oklahoma and other states.
More than just swag that you find at every airport. That it's like, hey, you're in Dallas, you're in Oklahoma City. You know, this is.
Well, and what I love about it is I did not go to OSU or OU.
Me neither.
And so finding stuff from the University of Tulsa is a little bit more difficult, but I do have, my state pride, and I want to support my community, and being able to wear those things it makes it a lot more fun.
Kitt Letcher with the BBB, and she brought information with us, trends and tips, and let's dive into some of these trends. And of course, shopping these days, a lot of it, you do your research online first.
We do, absolutely. And a lot of people are looking for coupons, they're looking for great deals, signing up through our local businesses for email alerts, things that they're going to do that are specials in their store. It's a great way to, support those businesses, but also to find a great deal so that you are really making the most out of every dollar you spend.
It's amazing how handy your cell phone can be and what a resource it is.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the neat things that we were able to pull together is that out of every $100 spent, $68 stays here in our local community. And I think that's great because whenever we look at these stores and the people that they employ and how those taxes dollars are being spent, it's nice to know that that revenue is really going back into Oklahoma City or Oklahoma.
It makes a big impact on the local economy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which helps sales tax revenues and just kind of snowballs.
All the things that we want to be able to do.
So you're sharing that love of, shopping local.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about social media?
We have a lot of things happening on social media. We show that 51% of people are looking for gift ideas, 50% are looking for coupons, and 45% look for reviews. And so what that means to us is they're not just looking for one specific item. They're really looking at the whole picture of that business or for their entire shopping experience.
That makes sense. You want to crowdsource people people who know how you shop or what you're typically would like. So I could see Sean on Facebook. I want to see what he recommends as a gift idea. Hey, Sean, you got some good ideas here. Or if you know a coupon, that's always a good thing too. Save some money.
And I think some of those things are really neat, like when you're looking at Facebook and you can see who else has liked those pages for some of our local retailers. It's neat to see who else you are friends with who've already liked that page, and then maybe that adds things to your list that you wouldn't typically go to or shop at that now give you some extra insight.
All right, very good. Kitt Letcher with the Better Business Bureau here. Now we're going to dive into some tips because you're bringing in lots of fancy ideas.
These are super fancy.
Leading off with getting involved.
Get involved. Find out what things are happening in your local community. We have really fantastic pop-up shops that happen. A lot of times we tell people not to use pop-up shops because you don't know if that retailer is going to be there long term.
Gotcha.
But what's great about these is it's a secondary site for stores that are here year-round, and it just gives them a second location or even a third location, and it makes a really festive atmosphere where you can bring the whole family. There's activities to do, and then you can shop those local unique boutiques in a special area.
Which is what they're honestly hoping for as well.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you like this small sampling, come see us in the Plaza District. And there are pop-up shops over here at the Myriad Gardens over in Midtown.
Absolutely. Well, and what's really neat about those is you get to try a whole bunch of different stores in one area.
Right.
And then you're not having to drive all across town to find them. And then you know what you do like. And so throughout the year, you can continue to patron those different retailers.
Chances are there's a food truck nearby or some hot chocolate or a cheese sandwich.
You're probably going to be able to find those things, right? And maybe a petting zoo and adopt an animal while you're at it. All of those things could happen.
We mentioned mobile earlier, but this also applies under your tips for doing some research.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned, pop-up shops that don't have a fixed site year-round are some things that you might want to stay away from if you don't know that you're going to be able to go back to them if you have any problems with your product, or if you're buying a service, things that you need to be able to find that person later in the year, making sure that you do your research ahead of time, that they're a trustworthy business, that they're ethical, and that other people have had a really good experience. And we have all of these things listed on our website, which is really easy to use. We've got a great holiday resource on there, and it'll show all of these tips.
The website, bbb.org. You also recommend going to shopsmall.org.
Right, exactly. And that's just more resources from American Express about local retailers that are participating in Shop Small Saturday, things to look for, and how really participating in this event can help your local economy.
Very good. And email alerts. Those are often handy.
Those are really great. And sometimes the businesses will even do special coupons on their email alerts. So if you just go to their website, you're not necessarily going to get those, but they'll send special ones to people that they know are loyal customers. So something that you need to print out, take into the store with you so that you know you're going to actually get that deal.
And we've talked about that before, the whole sharing of information. Small businesses need to realize, hey, not everybody wants to cough up some information. An email address is a little bit of a different thing. You're not really giving away too much of an identity.
It's not that personal. I mean, it's personal, yeah, for sure. But it's not something that is giving away your name, your address, your phone number, really personal information. So it's a great way to just even start a relationship with an organization.
And we mentioned social media earlier, but it's a lot of small businesses, some of the shops in Plaza or around here, they have a large presence on Facebook and Twitter, and that's a good way to interact with them.
Absolutely. Some of the fun things that we've seen them do is say, we're having this special in the next 2 hours, or we have this person that's coming to our shop, come see this special designer, or come see Santa Claus is going to be at our shop, or if they're doing any sort of special showings or listings, things that are going to make your experience there a little bit more unique, and it might even give you some great ideas for gifts that you hadn't originally thought of.
Very good, and I know you're big on reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. Reviews are number one in our book. So just making sure that if you have a good experience, go back out and make sure that other people know that that was a great business that you had an experience with, and that it's a good place for other people to shop. Something else that came out earlier this week that was interesting is if consumers are asked, 70% of them will actually post a review on your business. So for those retailers who are trying to build their reviews and make sure that other people can see how they do business, make sure you're asking for that review from that consumer as they leave your store.
Okay, good advice there. Also on the small business, you suggest supporting the Small Business Saturday with a hashtag, hashtag Shop Small. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a great way to see what other things are out there and who else other individuals are using.
And friends and family. Now, are you a Black Friday shopper? Do you get up at the crack of dawn?
I do not.
Or even, no.
I really value my sleep.
That's not happening.
It's not going to happen. No, there's very few things that I need in my life that I need to buy at 5 o'clock in the morning or even earlier. So, no, I am not a Black Friday shopper. I am a Saturday shopper, though, and I love
that could be a
supporting.
good time to gather the friends and family and get out and support the community.
So my parents just moved here, and one of the things that we are really looking forward to is being able to spend more time around the holidays instead of just the one day, and then they go back to their primary residence.
Sure.
And because they live here now, we're able to spend a lot more time together, and just maybe we can make a day out of shopping, and then Sunday we can do something different and going down to see the ice rink or the merry-go-round that's now gone in, and just being able to make it more of a family affair.
That can be a gift in itself, just the shared experience.
Absolutely,
which could become a tradition or a habit or something. And finally, receipts and warranty information. And I am terrible at both of these. I'll buy some camera gear as warranty information. No,
I don't need that.
Receipt, that's just more paperwork I can lose or clutter. However,
You really need to keep track of them. And I would say for the life of that purchase, because you never know what's going to happen a year from now with that purchase. And a lot of times those warranties will be pretty extensive. But even if you get somebody a gift, and make sure that you give them a gift receipt so that they can return it. Maybe you bought them a duplicate. You never know what's going to happen. So making it as easy as possible in yourself and the retailer is in your best interest.
Perhaps they don't trust my fashion advice in the gift that I give them. Really, Dave? Thought you knew me.
Not everybody likes the polka dot handkerchief.
It's usually a fashion disaster around here anyway. More information can be found on their website at bbb.org/Oklahoma City. We mentioned American Express a few times, americanexpress.com, and there's a path to get to that as well for more information.
Right. And really, the shopsmall.org and the bbb.org, going through those two websites, you can really find a lot of information.
Fantastic. Welcome back
Thank
from
you.
Mexico.
You too.
Yes. Well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Sean, happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays in general. Trust Tuesdays. More information at bbb.org/Oklahoma City.